Hi everybody, my name's Paul. I work for a Autodesk reseller called Micrographics in Cape Town, South Africa. I'd like to focus on some Twinmotion today. I'm learning how to use Twinmotion myself. I've used Lumion and Enscape and V-Ray in the past, but now I'm also learning Twinmotion. It's much the same as some of the other packages, but there are differences. And today I'd like to talk about the pedestrian mode and noises when you walk. So if you have a 3D model and you run Twinmotion, that will open it up for you in Twinmotion. There are two modes of navigating the model. One of them is a drone mode in which you can fly. That's the default that happens. You can see the speed up there is 1:6. It's WASD. There's pan, there's orbit, there's look around, and so on. And I'm going to put my speed at 4. It seems to be a nice sort of speed to walk around in the model. And then you can have a look around with your mouse, turn left, and wherever you point your mouse, if you're in the drone and you're flying the drone, and it allows you to fly through doors and walls and so on. So that's the drone mode. There's the entrance to the building. There we're outside the building, and there we are. All right, so these doors, they don't automatically open, with the result that if you're in a walk mode, which you can see over there, there's the pedestrian mode, then the physics of the door will not allow you to go through the door. All right. Similarly, if you're at the back of a bench like this, it won't allow you to jump over the bench. It's only once, sorry, let me show you. There we go. You can't jump over the bench. It's only when you come to the front of the bench that you can jump over the bench. Alright, so it's a bit like a gaming engine, if you think of it like that. So one of the things that you'll have to do, just like we saw before, is that you can choose some of the doors, select all of those instances, right click, and you can say replace object. Quickly search for doors within the library, and then we have to replace that with some of the doors that we can find within Twinmotion. Come on, there you go. All right, so there's some doors, and we right click and we replace objects. Sorry, there we go, and start replacement. That has a radius on the door trigger at the bottom over there, and what that means is as you come closer to the door, that circle, the door will start opening as you come closer to the door, and you can walk through the door. Any doors that aren't replaced, you won't be able to walk through. Okay. So that we saw in the first block, but you can also hear in the background, I've switched on the audio, the noise that is made as you are walking through the building. All right. So let's kind of have a look at something like that. I'm just going to walk through this door quickly. Even though I haven't replaced it, I'm going to switch out into the drone mode. It means I can just get through here quickly. So here's the boardroom. Here's the boardroom. And in this boardroom, there are some floor elements. And as I'm walking, that floor element is making a noise. All right. Now, strangely enough, this you can set in the edit preferences items over here, edit preferences, and then on the appearance, there we've got all sounds, in which case I'll switch all sounds off, but it's also got this carpet 50, and you can see it's got different things there. Now this is a Revit element. All right, so what we need to do here is to use the materials. And specifically, you know, if we have something like a fabric, and let's put some red carpeting in here. There's some red carpet. We can drag that across. We can paint, say, the walkway with red carpet. There we can also increase the size or the scale. Make that nice and big. It looks like a velvety red carpet. And similarly, you can also adjust the colors of other elements within the drawing. Now, if you're in the pedestrian mode, you can still hear that there are footsteps. But unlike the normal floors, which won't behave, in this one, if you go to Edit, Preferences, to your appearance, and you set on the carpet category, set that down, say, to 0, now it will be quiet on the carpet material. Okay, and let's contrast that. If we walk through, or if we fly through, in this case, because we haven't got a door here, but if we fly through in the drone mode into the next room, let's go and find a floor somewhere that we haven't applied yet. It's applied now to all the floors. There on the other room we've got some floors here, okay, which doesn't have the same material. So let's now go to the fly mode, to the walk mode. Okay. Now let's switch it off for this carpet as well. Right, so just changing that carpet material seems to have switched it off. And that's a positive thing. It might be still flying. There we go. Let's switch out into pedestrian mode. There we go. Now you can hear the steps again. Yeah, but if we go downstairs, onto a carpeted floor, now it's nice and quiet. Alright, so per material, you can, or material category, you can switch the preferences out on the appearance. And if you switch all sounds off, then you're just basically saying, I want all the sounds off. And now you won't even hear the steps on the top either, on the concrete. Right, and that's the idea behind that. So we can switch the steps as we walk through the model so it doesn't irritate us. If it irritates you, that is. Until next time, enjoy Revit and Twinmotion.